Lord,
Go ahead.
and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones,
And
caused me to pass by them round about.
Go ahead.
And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
He said there was a lot of them in this valley, and they was very dry. See, go ahead and read on.
And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest.
And he asked if these bones could live. Apparently these bones were dead. And they were dead because when the Israel offended in Baal, they died. So now he asked the question, can these bones live? Go ahead and read on.
Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them,
Go ahead.
O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
Now you know the Lord ain't telling Ezekiel to go and prophesy to a corpse. You understand? Because a dead don't hear, they don't do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But he said, now go and prophesy unto these bones. Go speak my word unto these bones. Go ahead and read on.
Thus saith the Lord God. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Go ahead.
And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you,
Go ahead.
and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Go ahead.
So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone.
So now he said, I went and I spoke to these bones, and they started to come together, bone to bone. Go ahead and read on.
And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above.
Go ahead.
But there was no breath in them.
He said, but there was no breath in them. But I'm going to show you what it is the Lord going to do to put some breath in these bones. Go ahead and read on.
Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind.
Go ahead.
Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Now he said, you go and prophesy unto the wind, that the wind may breathe up on these bones, that they might live. Go ahead and read on.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them,
Go ahead.
and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Go ahead.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts.
Now he said these bones, so you know who the bones are now. They are the whole house of Israel. And they said our hope is lost, and we are cut off from our parts. Because Israel was in bondage at this time. Now the thing started back there with Babylon, but this thing is going to carry all the way down to the coming of the Lord. When we get back to this later, we're going to show you that. But let's go to Daniel chapter 7 now. Because he said, prophesy unto the wind, that the wind might breathe upon these bones, that they might live. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. And we'll begin reading at verse 1. Daniel 7, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. 7 and 1. 7 and 1. Okay, go ahead and read.
In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dreams and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea.
Now he said for the winds to come and blow up on these bones, didn't it? So now we're going to find out about these winds, who these winds are. Go ahead and read on.
And four great beasts came up from the sea.
Now he said the winds, well, you know, he saw the four winds of heaven, and four great beasts, he said, come up from the sea. Go ahead and read on.
Diverse one from another.
Go ahead.
The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings.
So now you got the lion there. Go ahead and read on.
I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man.
Go ahead.
And a man's heart was given to it.
Go ahead.
And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear.
Then you had a bear there. Go ahead and read on.
And it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it,
Go ahead.
Arise, devour much flesh.
After
this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard.
Now he said, then I beheld, and lo, another like unto a leopard. Go ahead and read.
Which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads.
Go ahead.
And dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night vision.
Go ahead.
And behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible.
Go ahead.
And strong exceeding. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Go ahead.
And it had 10 horns.
So now you got the 4 beasts here, and these beasts, we're going to find out they represent nations. And the first one represented Babylon. And we can go in the book and we can show you all of this. Then the bear, that represented the Medes and the Persians. That we know today as Russia. Even now. Sometimes you can pick up a newspaper and they refer to Russia as being the bear. Because that is who it is. Go ahead now. And then you had the leopard, and that represented the Greeks. Then you had that terrible beast, and that represented the Roman Empire. What verse are we?
Verse 8.
Go ahead and read it.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
Go ahead.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Now this little horn, that represents a great religion that came with the Roman Empire. I don't have to tell you who it is. You know who it is. Now, so that is what the little horn represented. Now, let's go to, skip down to verse 17. So let the book tell you what these beasts represent. Go ahead and read on.
These great beasts, which are 4, are 4 kings.
Now, they represent 4 kings or 4 kingdoms. Go ahead and finish that verse.
Which shall arise out of the earth.
Skip down now to verse 21. Go ahead and read.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints.
Now the last one, it had to be around at the coming of the Lord. This last beast, which is the Roman Empire, it must be around at the coming of the Lord. Go ahead and read on.
And prevailed against them.
Go ahead.
Until the Ancient of Days came.
And who is the Ancient of Days? That is the Lord at his coming. So now this last beast got to be around until the Lord comes. Go ahead and read on.
And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
Go ahead.
Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
Go ahead.
And shall devour the whole earth.
Now he said the 4th beast will be the 4th kingdom upon earth, it said, didn't it? So now, who is the 4th kingdom? It is the Roman Empire here, and it's got to be around at the coming of the Lord. Read that 27th verse. Go ahead and read it.
And the
show you where this kingdom going to be. Go ahead and read.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
Not up in heaven, but it said under the whole heaven. Go ahead and read on.
Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
Go ahead.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Let's back up now to verse 13, just so we'll understand who the king of this kingdom is. Go ahead and read on.
I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Now who is the Son of Man? That is Jesus, isn't it? One like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. Go ahead and read.
And came to the Ancient of Days. And they brought him near before him.
Go ahead.
And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom.
Go ahead.
That all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
Go ahead.
Which shall not pass away. And his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
So now we understand who this is. This is Jesus. You go in Luke chapter 1 and make it very clear that this is Jesus here. We don't have time to read all that today. Let's go now to Hosea chapter 14. We're going back to Hosea 14, and we're going to begin reading at verse 1. So now we got the 4 beasts here, don't we? You know, we got the lion, we got the bear, we got the leopard, and we have a terrible beast here. God didn't have nothing in creation to compare that beast to. Let's go now to Hosea chapter 14. And we'll begin reading at verse 1. Hosea 14, and we'll begin at verse 1. 14 and 1. Okay, go ahead and read.
O Israel, return unto the Lord thy God.
No. I'm sorry. Hosea 13 and 1. My fault. 13 and 1. Go ahead and read.
When Ephraim spake trembling, he exalted himself in Israel.
Go ahead.
But when he offended in Baal, he died.
He offended in Baal and he died. Go ahead and read on.
And now they sin more and more, and have made them molten images of their silver, and idols according to their own understanding. All of it the work of the craftsmen. They say of them,